Hear a tail.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody. I just said I hear a tail, a little happy tail in the background.
That's Lola.
Yep. I love it.
So, hello, everyone, and thank you for being here with us today. In case you are new around here, I am Hillary Buchholz, and I'm here with Patty Quinn.
Hi, everybody.
And we are the co-founders of We Heart Hounds, and we also have one of our most favorite guests, return guests here with us today as well.
Yeah. If you're not familiar with this beautiful smiling face, this is Johnna Devereaux. She is a clinical pet nutritionist and the nutritional expert at Bow Wow Labs. They are, and she's got Lola who's taking center stage. I love it. Look at the kisses. Bow Wow Labs, if you're not familiar with them, they make the Bully Buddy, which is a safety device for all those dogs out there that love to chew on bully sticks, which I think is a phenomenal asset to bully chewers everywhere. So thank you so much, Johnna, for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're going to talk about some fun stuff. I can't wait.
Yeah. So we've kind of been, because the new year, and you sort of think about, everybody kind of thinks in their mind, okay, new year, we want to get healthy and stay healthy. And we also think that way for our pups as well. So we've been kind of talking about that. And one of the things that seems like it can possibly get overlooked is kind of dental health and dental care for your pups. But that's another great, as you're starting the new year, another great thing to keep on top of mind as keeping them all around healthy. And
right,
Johnna, I know you have a ton of fantastic information and some kind of interesting facts about dogs' dental health. And if you could share that, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, of course. So first I have to say that I put oral care right at the top underneath what you feed your dogs as by way of importance. So it's important for a variety of reasons. First of all, the American Veterinary Medical Association has determined that about 80% of dogs will have some type of periodontal disease or oral issue going on before the age of 3 years old. Think about that for a second, right?
That's
3
crazy.
years old is insane, because you would think that how can that accumulate to that point? What we've done is we've kind of taken dogs out of their element. If they were in nature, left to their own devices, or the backyard left to their own devices, right? They're going to go after prey, a squirrel or a rabbit or a woodchuck. And what they would do is they would end up eating the fur, the bones, the connective tissue, and that ends up acting like as a floss and as a brush for their teeth. So it's a natural thing that animals would be getting in nature, and we've removed that from their day-to-day routine by feeding them a commercialized item, just by having them be domesticated, right? So one of the things that we want to do is make certain that we brush their teeth on a regular basis. Daily is always going to be best. Just to kind of drive the point home, there's a lot of bacteria in our mouth. And though dogs have an enzyme called lysozyme, which helps to actually break down the bacteria and kind of neutralize it, it's almost like a natural antibacterial that's in their mouth. It's not enough. And so that bacteria becomes what we call a biofilm. And that biofilm will then lead potentially to plaque and then eventually to tartar. And there's a lot of things that result from that excess bacteria that can lead to dis-ease.
Yeah. And something as simple as brushing your dog's teeth is something that could solve so many of those problems, right? I mean, just eliminate it almost completely.
Yes. Just like we brush our teeth every day, you should be brushing your dog's teeth every day. Now, I understand that not everyone has gotten a dog from the age of puppyhood, or you may not be blessed to have a puppy. I say blessed. Some people think they're cursed when they have a puppy. But there are ways that you can actually integrate and teach an old dog new tricks per se, right?
Yeah.
That daily brushing is really going to be important. If you have not brushed your dog's teeth ever and you're concerned, one of the first things I would do is take your pet to the veterinarian, have them take a look inside the mouth. There may be some benefit to having a dental cleaning done by your veterinarian before you go and start using a brush, but really assess the situation and the health of the mouth, talk to your veterinarian, and kind of have a plan. I have to tell you, it sounds so silly, but the easiest way for me to do it is I brush my teeth in the morning and then I brush my dog's teeth. Like, it's just become a habit that
Mhm.
I actually, if I can't forget to do it because
Right.
it's in what I do every day. And
Right.
my little girl Lola is almost 8 years old and her teeth are as white as a puppy. So,
That's amazing. That's really great. Yeah. Do you guys at Bow Wow Labs have a new oral care kit?
yeah.
It really looks amazing. The brush on it alone looks amazing. I'd love for you to tell us a little bit more
So
about it.
let me see. So these are our brushes. And then we have an enzymatic toothpaste gel. So
Okay.
what's great about our brush is that it's a patented we call it a 4-in-1. So it has 4 heads in one brush. So
That's so
if you
nice.
see, sorry, I'm
Yeah.
trying to get the camera, there's a brush on this side and there's 3
Mhm.
heads on this side. So what it does is I'm going to use my finger pretending it's a
Yeah.
tooth, that as
Yeah.
you put this down, it actually comes over the teeth, encompassing the tooth down to the gum line. And this opposing head actually keeps the top of the mouth open. And it
Right.
also brushes the hard to reach areas on the opposing tooth.
Love that.
It's really great. It takes brushing teeth from a minute down to about 20 seconds. I find it
Wow.
extremely advantageous. We have this nice little ergonomical grip. And then we
Yeah.
actually also have a stand-up case cover. So once you rinse this out,
Mhm.
because you always want to rinse out the bacteria that's in
Right.
the brush, you just
Right.
put it in here and it would actually stand up. So you
Oh,
don't want to put
nice.
it in a drawer. You don't want it where bacteria can fester. You just kind of keep it clean and keep it up. That comes in a size small and a size large. The size
Okay.
small actually is good for dogs under 25 pounds and also for cats, because yes,
Okay.
cats can benefit from oral care as well.
Yes.
For all the same reasons we're discussing here.
Yep. Yep.
And then the size large is going to be for dogs that are 26 pounds and heavier.
Okay.
We also have, and I'm really excited about this, I formulated an enzymatic toothpaste gel that has manuka honey in it for its antibacterial, antiviral, and anti-inflammation
Oh.
properties. It has sage for its antibacterial properties. It has aloe vera. And like I said, it has an enzyme in there. So it helps to break down the biofilm and just keep the environment of the mouth healthy and clean. And so this just launched yesterday because February is the official Pet National Health. I always get this backwards. I'm sorry. Pet Dental Health Awareness Month.
Yep.
So we kicked this off starting February 1st so that we could have this ready, and it's live on our website now.
Love it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's fantastic. It's hard to find a good dental brush for your dog's teeth. The little finger thing. I don't have much success with those. And I love the brushes that I've only seen them where they've got maybe 2 sides to them. I love that it's got 4 sides, because I remember back in the day, even trying to brush with just a you got one-sided tooth, and then you got to get in and get the other side of the teeth. And then your dog is sometimes it's just like, okay, this is a little too much. I can't handle this. That makes it so much faster and easier to do.
I was show and tell. So the other side fell in the bag. So I'm sorry.
That's okay.
No worries.
When the brush hits,
Yeah.
right, it's going right down to that gum line.
I love that.
That's amazing.
How easy.
So it makes it really, really, really simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because let's be honest, we can talk to kids. We can talk to teenagers. We can tell them you should brush your teeth, and here's why. Dogs don't understand that.
Right.
So you want to make it comfortable for them, and you want to make it fast, right?
Yeah.
They don't want, no one wants to be lingering in there.
Right.
We actually also have, a lot of great tips for if you've never brushed your dog's teeth, how to get started. And one of the finger brush that you mentioned, that for some dogs is a really great way to desensitize them to having something in their mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
With like a tiny little protective on the finger. Not saying that if your dog is a biter, that's going to offer you any protection.
Right.
Needle teeth, it might be a good way to start. Just getting the dog desensitized, or the puppy desensitized to something in their mouth.
And I think we have a link to that how-to guide, like how to brush your dog's teeth, in the description below. So if anybody's interested in wanting more tips, thank you, Johnna, for putting that together. That's another really valuable asset. So and we got lots of people on today. Cherokee, Mike, Birgit, thank you so much for being here. Mike says, every time I brush my teeth, Farah comes in the restroom and wants her teeth brushed.
I love that. Yay. He probably was extremely healthy. I mean, the benefits, I'm going to say, the bacteria in the mouth, if it sits there and festers, not only does it provide an awful ground for the bacteria to fester and cause, bad breath and dental and gum disease, but it also is directly related to heart health.
Yeah.
The bacteria in the mouth is directly linked to heart health. And if you think about it, it also is responsible for potential for inflammation through distant organs, because every time your dog is breathing, every time your dog is eating, they're swallowing that bacteria and it's getting into their gut and it's getting into these other organs. So if you have a dog that has a lot of inflammation in their body, if you're not brushing their teeth, I say have that dialogue with your veterinarian, get started. It's not going to make it all go away, but it's certainly going to help. And it's the little things that we can do that make the biggest difference, I think.
Yeah.
I know too, like, so Leon, my previous dachshund, had pretty bad, like some breeds or some just that particular dog can have worse teeth than others. So I know that later on in his life, like his quality of life he was less comfortable than he could have been had he had, we weren't as good at the very beginning when we got him. We didn't understand like how important it was to keep those teeth clean, that, I know that he would have had a little bit more comfortable life later on in life had he, had we kept up on it. And it's one of the things that you can't go backwards. So really, try to start that good habit early. Try, it really is that important, because once those teeth start to hurt or you have to start removing them, you can't, like, it's just the same with people. Like, we want to keep our teeth intact and as healthy as possible. You want to do the same thing for your pups.
Right. Because then you start to compromise their overall health.
Right?
You're compromising what they're able to eat, what they can't eat. So, I know it sounds stupid, but most of us don't think about that, right? Like, our teeth have a really important purpose, and it's it's really good to keep them as healthy as possible.
Right. One of the things that I've heard too, that's a really good tip that really didn't dawn on me, because when I first started brushing our dog's teeth, our first dog, I started when she was a puppy, so it was easy to get her acclimated to a toothbrush and everything. But I'm thinking about brushing her teeth the way I brush mine, where I really want to be thorough and I want to get in there and I want to make sure that everything's clean, and I take a long time to do it. And I was told, don't even, especially when you're getting started, just get in there and make it quick and easy. And then over time, you can, maybe spend a little bit more time, but you don't need to be quite as thorough and, in there as you are maybe for your own teeth. Just every little bit is a huge help, right?
If you want to quickly create an aversion so that your dog doesn't allow them to brush their teeth, go in there the first time and try to hang out for a minute or two. Like, it's just not, they're not going to, it's not a pleasant experience. So it's really all about, like you just said, building up and, getting a finger in there first, just getting them desensitized to having things in their mouth, because that's not necessarily natural for them. Right. So we have to kind of think, what can we do? We have to create that bond and that trust. So put your finger in their mouth. Then you take the brush and just put the brush in the mouth with a little bit of, if you need to, and I hate to say this, go buy some organic peanut butter without sugar, put it on the brush, get them to accept that brush, to want to try to bite down and accept that this is something that's not going to hurt them. It's not something that they're going to chew on, and then take it out. And then slowly you add the toothpaste gel, make certain it is canine appropriate.
Yes.
Human toothpaste oftentimes has xylitol in it, which is toxic to dogs. So please, pet only toothpaste gel. Dogs are not able to spit out the toothpaste. It has to be swallowed. So it has to have the right ingredients. Again, Bow Wow Labs has ours, which I'm a big fan of because I designed it. But just things to think about. And then, like you said, gradually increase from 2 seconds to 5 seconds to 10 seconds. And then you can very effectively, with our new brush, get in and out in 20 seconds and you're done. Because it's
that's insane. I can't believe that. I love that.
That is amazing. Yeah.
I love that.
And it's just that idea of progress. Like, you're not trying to do it perfectly from the very first time, just making that little bit of progress. Like,
it's all about setting our dogs up for success. And that means we have to be patient and do it on their time, not ours. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And another thing, to think about is, even if you're, even when you brush your teeth, or if you're in those early stages, another way that you can provide oral health benefits, right, is by providing your dogs with something to chew. So you want something that's a natural harder chew, like a split antler or a bully stick, only in a bully buddy safety device, of course,
Yes, yes.
or like a cheese chew or a raw bone. Those are types of things that will actually, bring in that saliva, right? Which is going to have that antibacterial lysosome I was talking about, but it's also
Right.
going to kind of be that brush, be that
Right.
extra element that's going to scrape the teeth. So I say a 2-in-1 approach. I never say just do one thing. Multi-layered or multimodal approach would be the technical
Right.
way of looking at it, is
Right.
always going to be best, because even if you do miss a spot, you're giving the dog their own ability to kind of do what is instinctual and natural for them.
Oh, and well, hard chews for a pup, or longer lasting chews for a pup. I mean, think of all the natural endorphins that get released, and it's just a fun thing for them to do as well. One of the things that Birgit mentioned, and I also agree with, is that she says, I love the thought of making a smaller sized toothbrush, because it's really hard to find toothbrushes that fit in smaller dogs' mouths, which I as an owner of a smaller dog, I completely agree. It's really hard to find something for small pups.
I'm going to try to open it
to use,
so you can see the head difference. Maybe hold on, if I can get into camera.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Wow.
That's amazing.
All right.
That's
a
wonderful.
Big difference. But this is going to be great on cats too. But yeah, this is going to be small enough that it gets in and it's not compromising the comfort of a smaller dog, because they have that smaller jaw. And smaller dogs, I have to tell you, really do have, I find it's more common that they have teeth issues. And I think part of that is because most people can't find the brush or the tool to be able to get in there and clean it, because even for some owners, the finger is too big for these dogs.
Yes.
So it's great.
No, I think that's fantastic. That's wonderful. That's really great. What age do you think is a good time? I know any time is right, but what if you've got a senior pup, you've rescued, you don't have a personal experience with this dog? Is it too late to get started for older dogs?
I don't think it's ever too late. I think you just have to be careful, and you have to set the dog up for success and yourself up for success. So if you have a rescue that you just brought home that you don't know, maybe you don't just start throwing your hands in their mouth. Maybe you give them time to decompress and to kind of get to know them, and give them a natural chew like a bully stick or a split antler or something to that effect. Make certain that, you can give it to them and you can have your hands around their mouth, and then slowly introduce the step-by-step of getting their mouth. But for older dogs, especially, bring them to the vet. Make certain that they aren't in pain, because one of the things you don't want to have happen is if you have a dog and if you rescue, thank you so much for doing it. But if you have a dog that's a perfectly awesome dog and they're in pain because a tooth is rotting out, or for whatever reason, or they have a chip and the nerve is exposed, and you go now and try to put your hand or a toothbrush in there, you're going to potentially cause pain, and you're going to get a response that is not natural to that animal, but it's because it's in pain. So bring the animal to a veterinarian first. Let the veterinarian do a professional assessment of their mouth, and then let you know that it's okay to proceed forward. But yes, I do say I encourage you to brush teeth, just at everyone's safety, obviously.
And we've always been a family that brings our dogs to the vet for an annual cleaning anyway. So even when we brush our dog's teeth, it's always good to have the vet look at the health of their mouth, and really get in there and do a more thorough cleaning.
So hopefully they won't need that, right? I mean, let's be honest with you. Or let me be honest with you. I'm not a huge fan of pets being put under every year. Like, that is too much on their body that they then have to eliminate. For some, that's the only route that they can go. But if you have a pet that allows you to brush their teeth and takes to natural, harder chews, then you can avoid having that.
Yeah,
I've never
that's
had
true.
dental cleaning in for my dogs in either of their lives. Diego was going to be 11 and Lola is going to be 8 this year. And, I asked the vet to go in there, even though I will tell you, I'm also that mom that I'm always checking their body to make certain there's a lump or a bump. And when you're in there and you're brushing their teeth, you should examine to make certain that the gums are the right color and that there aren't any lumps or bumps or foul odors, because those are signs of something different. But hopefully you're able to do this in such a fashion that you can avoid
Mhm.
having that
Yeah.
need for those professional dental cleanings and for the dog to be put under anesthesia.
Yeah, that's definitely ideal for sure. And dogs can be also too old to go under for
Yep.
anesthesia.
Or if they have
So,
heart issues and they
yeah,
can't go under,
right,
or liver
That
issues,
was
right,
there's a
right.
variety of reasons.
one of
Um,
my rescues had collapsing trachea, so they were concerned about putting them under, and that was, but they had just their teeth. So we kind of had two different vets giving us different recommendations, but the teeth were just so bad, in such bad shape, because by the time we'd got her, she was a senior, that it was this trying to balance. Do
Mhm.
you take the risk, or do you have this pain of where they're at? And it's, it's if you can prevent that from, like I said, there's no going backwards. So if you can try to
Mhm.
prevent that early on, and as you were saying, it's nice to having the vet take a look once a year, even if it's not to do that, but taking a really good
oh,
look and
absolutely.
Mhm.
deciding,
Mhm.
like, okay, where are we at? What are the
Mhm.
benefits? What are the risks? And what do we
Mhm.
want to do here? So
Mhm.
Veterinarians are, and if you don't think about this, you should. Your veterinarian should be a part of your team,
yep.
Mhm.
right? That's
Absolutely.
advocating for your pet.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you are the ultimate advocate, and you
Yep.
get to make the
Mhm.
decision. But you want to have as many hands as possible that your dog
Mhm.
plays on your dog, helping you make them as healthy as possible, right?
Yeah.
That's what I say. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I always tell my vet and their staff that they're an extension of our family, basically,
Yeah.
right? Because they're caring
no,
for our dog as much as we are. So I think that,
absolutely.
yeah, that's really great. So, one final quick question for you. So, it pertains to the dog food, and we don't have to get into brands or anything like that, but the types of dog food that we give our dogs, does that affect oral health? Or is there, can that impact?
Yeah, so poor diets can actually contribute to a lack of mineral salts that are in the saliva that actually contribute to overall oral health care. So,
Okay.
as much as you can, and I spout this, all the time and give this information out, as much as you can, feed minimally processed food, high quality
Mhm.
food, food that is in line with the canine species, the better your animal is going to be. Um,
Mhm.
and again, giving long-term chews if you can't brush teeth, if
Mhm.
you only can make a slight modification to the diet. I don't want to exclude those people that are like, listen, I have a dog that
Right.
for whatever reason I rescued and he had a horrible experience and I can't get
Yeah.
near his mouth. I don't want to make
Right.
him feel bad, right?
Right.
There's other
Right.
things you can do. So just modify the diet and then
Mhm.
give those long-term chews. Raw bones
Mhm.
are an amazing thing. It's what they would naturally be eating on and using
Mhm.
in the wild. There's a lot of amazing new products that are on the market that actually have fur on them, body parts with
Okay.
fur.
Mhm.
So that's like natural
Mhm.
extension of what they would be doing, how they'd be eating that hair, fur, whatever,
Mhm.
would be flossing the
Mhm.
teeth. So
Mhm.
just think outside the box if you are unable to brush teeth. But at the end of the day, like I said before, that multimodal approach of, help making the diet as best as can be, brushing the teeth daily and providing those natural chews 2 or 3 times a week is really going to be the best thing that you can do to set your dog up for success, and their overall body right up for as much
Yeah.
Mhm.
success as possible.
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
you can feed great and you can exercise great, but if they have a sick mouth,
Mhm.
they are not going to be healthy.
Yeah.
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 So it's that important.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I love that. I think that's great. So if people would like to get to know more about Bow Wow Labs and where to get their hands on this amazing oral dental kit for pups and kitties, where
Go to
can
Bow
they
Wow
go?
go to
Where can
bowwowlabs.com. So we just
Okay.
put it up, bowwowlabs.com. I'm
Perfect.
really excited about this. Like I said, I actually, this brush came out. I didn't say this, but I will tell you, this brush, we were testing it and we came out with it about 3 or 4 months ago. And I was using a different type of toothbrush at the time.
Mhm.
This is a game changer. Let me just
Yeah.
tell you right
Yeah.
now, for someone
Yeah.
that's been brushing my dog's teeth for the last 10 years, this is a game changer.
I know. I can't wait to get my hands on it. It just looks amazing.
Yeah.
And it- we can't, nobody has the excuse anymore of I don't have time. If it takes 20 seconds eventually to completely brush your dog's teeth with that toothbrush, everybody has 20 seconds to help their dogs live potentially many, many more years with you in the long run, which I think is fantastic. So, okay, great. So bowwowlabs.com. We've got a link as well in the description if you want to click on that. That does help us out a lot as well. But you can also find them. You're also on Facebook and Instagram, right? And at Bow Wow Labs and all kinds of good places all over the planet, everywhere on social media. I'm sure you'll find them. And Johnna, thank you so much for being with us today. Before we go, we have a fun announcement. So out of the graciousness of your heart, Johnna's heart, she is giving away one of those beautiful oral dental kits. And that's going to go to Debbie O'Kelly. So congratulations, Debbie. Yay. You're the winner. I'm so jealous. I want to get
Let's just make certain you let us know what size your dog is so we can make certain we get you the right size brush.
Yep.
Exactly. All right. Thank you again, Johnna. Always a pleasure having you here. We always learn so many wonderful things when you're here with us. And we can't wait to have you back again. So thanks so much. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for being with us. Bye-bye.